Hello again, this is computer programming course in industrial and management engineering, and I'm going to continue with the section about array. So last time we already learned the basic concept of array, and yeah, you already see the example of the arrays using the trace program, and I would like to continue by explaining some more things, which is how we can deal with the arrays actually, especially when we have the errors of the array. So this array has a limitation when you have the or what we call as the out of bounds. Okay. What is out of bounds? You know that the array has a size, and when you have the size, the legal index will be between 0 until the size minus 1. So the size, for example, you have 10, then the 10 means the length minus 1. So when you have the size 10, it means you will have the index from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. If you put 10, it will be error. Okay, so that's what we call as out of bounds. Reading or writing any index outside this range will throw an array index out of bound exception. So if you have integer data with the size 10, if you want to check data index 0, okay, so you know this square bracket means the index of the data. If it is 0, that's okay. If it is 9, that's okay. But what about if it is minus 1? No, that's not okay, because the index should be starting from 0. So 9 minus 1 is not available. What about 10? If we have the size 10, it means the index will start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because the size, this is 10 minus 1. So we have until 9, and 10 is error. Okay. You can try. Yeah, if you want to check this one. Last time we have the example, this one. Yeah. Okay, I will just open this. Yeah, let's see whether it's true or not. So you can see the index, the Java in line 9 has an error. Okay, if I close this one, for example, yeah, you can see now it shows the line 10 has an error. Okay, so using this way, yeah, you can know that the limitation of the array, if you are using this kind of array, then the limitation is the size. So you cannot exceed the size, and you cannot go less than 0. Okay. So some other processing arrays that you may know is those fives. Okay, actually there are many more, but I just want to explain this basic 5 in order to make you understand how can you use this array in the practical things. Okay. For example, I would like to initialize the arrays. So I want to initialize the arrays with input values. So you want to ask the users to input some values into the variable. Okay. Let's say if I have this uh, value, okay, I can just put here. Okay. Now after I copy and paste, okay, so you can see we have the list with my list, which is a double data type, and the size is 10. So we have scanner input, okay, and then yeah, we have the uh, prompt like this one. Okay, we want to enter the length, which is the input, and then I want to give every value. So here you have the for loop. The for loop will be from 0 until the length, and you will get this variable mylist with the array I. So I is the index. Okay, so I is the index. When I equals to 0, then we insert a value. When I equals to 1, we insert another value. When I is 2, then we will insert another value, and so on. So if you want to know the result, you can do something the same with this one. Okay, but you're not inputting, but you want to outputting. How can you do the output? Then you can just system.out.println this one. Then you will get the list information, or maybe you want to do like this one. Okay, and then you will have like this color. So let's see, I want to insert values 5, 4, 6, 7, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 1, 3. Okay, so after you insert the 10 values, you will get the values 5.0, 4.0, 6.0, 7.0, and so on. Okay, so the next will be, yeah, if you have the idea to give the values in random ways. Okay, so you don't want to ask the users to input one by one, but yeah, you just want to put any random values. You know how to put the random values using the method random. If you still remember, this method random is a number in between 0 and a 1, and then when you have a value, then you want to multiply it with 100. So it means the value will be in between 0 until 100, or maybe 0 until 99 something. Then every number after you generate a random number, it will be inserted into this array. Okay. So using the random values, you can have the data. And you want to print. Okay. You want to print the array element by using the for loop. And you can see, yeah, we use this curly bracket. Okay. So the first example, I don't use any curly bracket. Why? So if you use the curly bracket, you can have many statements. Okay. For example, you want to have print line. Okay. So with this kind of with the curly bracket, there might be multiple statements inside this for loop. But if you don't have any curly bracket, then this for loop will only execute the first line. Okay, only this line will be executed when the condition of this for loop is true. Okay, then yeah, if you print this one with this curly bracket, it will be much better. So it's more understandable. If you are not using this curly bracket, sometimes some people may confuse. Yeah, I know Java because I already teach Java before. So using the curly bracket without the curly bracket, I'm familiar with that one. But if you are the first time to learn Java, I suggest you to give this curly bracket every time you have this for loop. And if you want to sum all the elements, yeah, so this is also another things. If you have your values on the array, and then let's say you want to calculate the average. So if you still remember the example, how to calculate the average and how can we find the element which is greater than the average. So you can use this one. Okay, we have this one. Let me just update the things here. Okay, so I would like to make a total. The total will be the addition of all the elements in my list. So I would like to print the total at the end. So I want to know, yeah, For example, I want to know the total, and then I want to know the average. For example, so total divided by my list dot length. Okay, then if you run this, let's say, okay, I don't want to insert one by one. Instead of inserting one by one, let me just use the method random, and then let's just multiply with 100. Okay, so if I run this, oops, I need to, okay, yeah, I guess I need to make it with the print line, and then yeah. So I got the value. Oh, it's not clear. Then I can just make the sum equals to plus this one, and after that you will see the average. The average is this one, and then yeah. So those random values are generated, and then this is the summation of all the values, and this is the average of the values. Okay. So the thing that we want to do next is finding the largest element. So if you have all the elements, and then I want to check where is the highest one. Okay, where is the minimum one? Where is the maximum one? So I will show you the maximum one. Okay, I want to find the maximum one from the element of the array. I can say that the first value of max. Okay, so I just declare the maximum value. If the maximum value at the first time is 0, yeah, you can do that one. Okay, and let's say if I just put the initial value as the element at index 0, then you can go to the next one, I equals to 1, and then it will be loop until the length. And for every time, I need to check if the my list I, which is the value and at index I is greater than maximum, then yeah, maximum will be the value of the new list. Okay, one more time. If the my list I is greater than maximum, then the value in the maximum will be the value of my list at index I. So maybe I can see it like this one. Okay, so basically this is also the same. If you don't use the curly bracket, then you will just execute this one statement. Okay, if you have the curly bracket like this one, oops, if you have this curly bracket, yeah, this might be multiple statements. But because you have only one statement, I'm just giving one like this one. Yeah, if you want to put one with the curly bracket, that's also fine. But yeah, I just give this very easy statement so you can figure out easily. So if I have this one, it means I will do the maximum. I will check the maximum after this one. So I want to check what is the maximum. So it's the maximum here. Okay, then yeah. So from these random values, the maximum is 92.32 something. Okay. Now, if I want to ask you, can you find the minimum or the smallest element? Okay, so please think, how can you get the smallest element? So I think that will be a good question for your exam. Okay, so please try to think, how can you find the smallest element? Hopefully you can find a way to find that one. Okay, it's not an assignment, but it's just you need to think more about that one, and it can be one of the problem in your exam. Okay, that's another thing that you need to know. When you have the array, you can convert numbers into a string format. Okay, so the arrays, the toString accepts an array as a parameter, and returns a string representation of its elements. It means like this one. If I have the integer e, so e is, for example, this is the variable name, and then I just want to declare this array, okay, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and you know that this is curly bracket, so this is the initial value. So this array has 5 elements, and then I have the e1 equals to e3 plus e4. It means I want to change the value at index 1. Okay, now index 1 is 2. So I want to update the value of index 1 with the index 3 plus index 4. Index 3 is 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 6 plus 8. So 6 plus 8 will be 14. And yeah, you can have the updated values here, 14. And if you want to print into the string function, it means you will just get arrays, arrays dot to string e. So when you get the result, you will do this one. Okay. Now for this purpose, you need to import the java.util. So let's see. We have the arrays to string. Okay. So we have this e is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and then I update the element at index 1 equals to element at index 3 plus index 4. So I would like to use arrays dot to string and just print the result. Yep. So e is 0, 14, 4, 6, and 8. Okay. The next thing that you need to understand about array is how can we use array as telling. Okay, this telling is about something related with how to do the multi-counter. For example, I want to examine a large integer and count the number of occurrences of every digit from 0 until 9. Let's see, if I have this number 229231007. I know here there are 2 of zeros, okay, 1 and 2, and then there's 1 of 1, okay, it's only 1. There are 3 of 2, okay, because we 1, 2. Oh, why is only 2? Yeah, maybe I can just add. Wait a moment. Do I? Yeah. I guess. Oh, this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there are 3. Sorry. 1, 7. Yes, this one. And where is 1, 9? Okay, this one. So, how can you get this result? Maybe you will say that, okay, let's make 10 counter. Okay, counter number 0, counter number 1, counter number 2, counter number 3, counter number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Woohoo. And yeah, if the counter 0 exists, then yeah, let's make the value 2. If the counter 1 exists, then let's make the value 1. Counter 2 equals to 3, counter 3 maybe 0, okay, and so on. Do you think this is good? Yeah, somehow you can use this idea, but yeah, we can do with another idea. For example, with this one, you can make an array, and the array is an array with the size of 10. So the index 0 will be for the number 0. Okay, with this the numerical 0. If it is the index 1, it is only for the number 1. If it is 2, this is only for number 2. If it is 3, this is for number 3. Okay, and so on. So the index at which a value is stored has a meaning. So the index is a particular value itself. You know, the digit or the value will not exceed 2 digits. Okay, so it means just 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So when you have this one, how can you deal it? How can you make it? for the tallying. So the tallying will be something like this one. When you have this number, okay, let's check and let's make an array with the name of counts, and then let's make the size as 10, and okay, let's check the num. If num is greater than 0, okay, just this value is still greater than 0, plug off a digit and add the proper account. Now we can use the digit equals to num modulo 10. Do you understand? What is modulo 10? In this case, if you modulo 10, I want to divide this number with 10. Okay, what is the number? This one, if we are having this number, okay, we have this number divided by 10, yeah, then the result will be 7. Okay, so the digit is 7. I know there is a 7 here, then for the counts digit, so it means counts in the index 7, let's do plus plus. So now it becomes 1. And then after you have this, you will do the division. So the division is the number divided by 10. What is the number divided by 10? Of course, you will have the value without 7. Okay, so you want to omit the last digit. And yeah, it will be repeated up. You know that the num is still greater than 0. So I will check the digit, which is num divided by 10. And we know that this is the new value. So when we have this new value, you will know that the last digit is 0. Then this one 0. So the digits here will be the index. So count 0 equals to 1. Okay. And after you have those, yeah, you will do the division. Okay. So the division means you want to divide this number with 10. Then the result, you will update the 0. And so on. So every time when the num is still greater than 0, you will update those number. Okay, you will update the counts and you will update this one. So let's check. Do I have this one? Yeah, array of tallies. Okay. So I already explained before with this one. Yeah, I have this number. Okay, and this number has the we have an array with the size 10, and then yeah, we have the greater than 0, and then we have the digit, which is modulo 10, and then counts digit. When you have the digit, and then you will do the plus plus, and then the num will be divided with 10. So once we finish with this loop, we will check the result with the string. Okay. So you can get, yeah, there are 2 zeros, 1 of 1 and 3 of 2 and 1 of 3, and then 0, 0, 0, 4, 5, 6, there are 0, 7, 1, 8, there is 0, and then 9, that is one value. Okay. So I guess that's all that I can explain for today. So the next I will explain more about the text processing, and yeah, for this week I guess we will deal more with the examples. Okay, especially you already have the assignment. So I think we will check the assignment, or maybe I can just continue with this. Okay, very simple text processing. Okay. So when we deal with the tallying, we also have the idea to do with the text processing. Okay. So the text processing is about how to examine, editing, and the formatting text. So often involve for loops to examine each letter of string. So if you are uh, studying about DNA, so you can see A, C, T, G. So how many A, how many C, how many G, how many T, okay? So using the string function, actually you can also do the same thing using the char, the character. So if I have A, L, I, space G dot, then you will give the idea of this one. So A is in the index 0, L is in the index 1, I is index 2, blank is index 3, G is index 4, and then dot is index 5. Now, what we can do with the string is the combination of character. So a string is a collection of character. A string is a sequence of character. Then I would like to say that you can check the character at here. So the character is a primitive type representing a single character. So you can have the single character like A or backslash n. So if I have a string, okay, you can check the character. So the character at 0. So it means you want to get only the first character. Okay. If you are checking the first letter, yeah, for example, if it is C, then yeah, then you will do this one. If not, then you will not do this one. The same with, yeah, if you want to use the if, you can just use if function for one checking, or if you want to check with the for loop, that's also possible. Okay, so for example, we have the char app example. Okay. So in the char app example, I want to get the word from the user, and let's see if the word in the from the user contains any word with the beginning of C. Okay. What is the meaning by beginning? So char at 0. So char at 0 means the beginning. So if the first letter is C, then it will print that's good enough for me. So for example, box, okay. So nothing inside here, but if I say computer, okay, that's good enough for me, okay. So the same with this, if you can also use the for loop function. Oh, wait, where is it? Examine character, okay, examine character. Yeah, so you have the string and then there is a string and you want to get it for every character. Then you will do the loop from 0 until the length of the cool measure, and then you want to check for every character. Okay, so you can see C, S, and E are the characters. Okay, now we have another problem. So the telephones here, I would like to know about these footers. Okay, so if I have this string M O O M M M M O M and etc. Okay, what does it mean? So I would like to have this string and this M, it represent McCain. If it is O, then it represent Obama. If it is O, it represent Obama. If it is O, it represent Obama. So each of these character represent whether McCain, Obama, or independent. So this I, it means independent. So they don't choose whether I or M. Okay? So this is the number of voters. So there are, yeah, this number of characters representing the number of voters. So I would like to know how many of them choose M, how many of them choose O, and how many of them are independent. So the problem that I will show you later in the exam, okay, so it will be something like this one. So I will give you the question, write a method for the telephones, okay, you need to write the telephones method that accept a string parameter, okay, so the string parameter, it is a string parameter, and print the number of McCain, Obama, and independent voters. So the output will be like this one, 16, 14, and 3. So what is your solution? Okay, so this is the solution that we can offer. So we have the method tally first, and there is one parameter which is string, and then you can just make the tallies into 3. Why there are 3? Because it's only M and O and I. So after you have those, you can just loop from the floats, which is from the string, is from 0 until the length. And then for every length, okay, you will check the character. If the character I at the floats equals to M, then let's do plus plus on index 0. If the character I equals to 0, then just do plus plus at index 1. If no M and if not O, then let's do plus plus on the index 2. Okay, so it's easy because you have on the index 0 and 1 and 2. You don't need to have many index here. So the result will be this one. It will be an array which is printed in the type of array string. Okay, so if you check this one, okay, if you check this one, text processing, okay, yeah, this is the string, and then you have the teleports, so you can make this method. Okay, if you run, yep, there are 15 M, 16 O, and 3 independent. Oh, maybe the example in the PPT is not the same with this one. Okay, anyway, this is the result. So yeah, we already learned the array of numbers, array of tallying, and array of text processing. And for the real-time class, I think I will discuss about your assignment. And if we still have some time about the real-time class, I will give you more practice. I will give you more example to learn Java. Okay. So thank you very much for listening. See you on the real-time class.